All right, y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's been a long time. Hope everybody doing well. Just want to start off by giving all thanks to Abanawa Yahweh, Ba'ashem Hamashiach Yahushai. Today is Monday, April 10th, 2022. Right now it's like 2:12 p.m. And it's been a long hiatus. Had a few situations in my life I had to take care of. Current, was in a state of transition. Now everything has been done. So now I'm back and Yaharatazah is gonna be back to making content. As you see, this, there's a lot of things have been happening in the news, current events, and listen, this is going down, man. It's going down, it's going down, you know. So first we got this first story. I heard everyone, everybody heard about this by now. It's the death of this gentleman. The death of the gentleman, the owner of CashApp, Bob Lee. You know, the, allegedly the man was found stabbed. Well, not allegedly, he was found, stabbed to death, last week. And the funny thing is that this man, is a millionaire. Well, you know what I'm saying? He created he's one of the founder of one of the biggest money money transferring app, and maybe not in the country, but possibly in the entire world. Cash App. You know how many people use Cash App? You know how many uh bill pays and transitions and stuff like that? Bill pays and money transfers that people have used Cash App for. And now this gentleman is found deleted. So right now, you're about to start with this article from NBC News. This is from last week. It says Cash App founder Bob Lee stabbed and deleted, you know, in San Francisco. Bobby worked harder than anyone and was the smartest person I've ever known. He will be missed by all that knew him, Lee's father said on Facebook. And it's from April 5th. That was last week. It was like 5 days ago. You know, it says Bob Lee, a technology executive who founded the mobile payment company Cash App and previously worked at Square. Square is another company that deal with like digitalized money transfers. So died Tuesday after he was stabbed near downtown in San Francisco, according to his family and police. San Francisco police said officers responded to a report of a stabbing around 2:35 a.m. Now, what was he doing outside at that time? Was he going to see somebody? Was he going to link? You know what I'm saying? Was he going to get some hanky panky? You know, I'll say my comments to the end. The officers found Robert Lee, 43, with apparent stab wounds. He was taken to a hospital and died of his injuries, police said. Police Chief Bill Scott said in a statement Wednesday night that the investigation is in its early stages and he called it a horrific crime. The incident is under investigation by the police department homicide detail, the department said. Lee had been working as the chief product officer of the cryptocurrency company Mobile Coin. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is something to raise your eyebrows on. You know what I'm saying? the chief product officer of a cryptocurrency company called Mobile Coin. Because remember, a lot of these companies, you know, are starting to move away from the dollar to cryptocurrency. Hell, a lot of countries are starting to move away from the dollar and move to cryptocurrencies. I did a video last year, if not the year before, how China was toying around, was in the testing stages of their own version of cryptocurrency. Because you know how China get down. They want their own thing just for them. They're not gonna mess with Ethereum, Bitcoin, Shiba Inu, any of the other crypto. I think they just was gonna make their own. They was testing out their own Chinese crypto, and it's just gonna be just for them, and that's all they was gonna use. So now this is like America trying to keep up with their version. America trying to keep up with the rush to get off the dollar and move to the digitalized dollar or cryptocurrency. All right, let's read on. He was previously chief technological officer of Square, known as Block, a financial technology startup co-founded by the former Twitter chief Jack Dorsey. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm not mistaken, Jack Dorsey was over Square, I think. So he was previously, yeah, chief technology officer of Square, which is now known as Block, a financial technology startup company co-founded by the former Twitter chief Jack Dorsey. And remember, Jack Dorsey stepped down from Twitter sometime last year, and I guess that was before Elon took it over. Lee went on to create Cash App, a money transfer services. And again, like I said before, Cash App is one of the biggest money transfer services app that's being used in the US, if not the entire world. You'd be surprised how many people are using Cash App. I said Bobby worked harder than anyone and was the smartest person I've ever known. He will be missed by all those that knew him. His father, Richard Lee, said in a Facebook post, which was accompanied by a news article about the stabbing. Thank you to those that reach out and support. The father and son have been living in Miami since October after moving from California. Richard Lee said in a post they have grown especially close as after Bob Lee's mother died in 2019. It wasn't immediately clear why Lee was back in the Bay Area. Me, I have a hunch, but I'll leave it to the end. I'm sad and disheartened to lose my brother, Tim Oliver Lee wrote on Facebook. He really was the best of us. I was so fortunate to grow up with him, and I feel like I lost a part of myself. In a statement Wednesday, Joshua Goldberg, the founder and CEO of Mobile Coin, said Bob Lee passed away yesterday and praised his business acumen. He did not specify the cause of Lee's cause of death. Bob was a dynamo, a force of nature. Bob was a genuine article, Goldberg said. He was made for the world that's being born right now. He was a child of dreams, and whatever he imagined, no matter how crazy, he made real. Goldberg said in a Twitter thread that Lee was like a brother to me, and he praised Lee as a brilliant visionary with a kaleidoscope mind. Yeah, and I had to agree because listen, he was very intelligent. You know, he was very intelligent. He worked with Jack Dorsey on not one but two projects. And again, he went on to be the founder of one of the biggest money transfer services on the entire planet. Again, you can move money from Cash App or from your bank account to Cash App and vice versa. For one debit card to your Cash App and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Somebody owe you bread, they could just forward you the money. You know what I'm saying? And Cash App gotten so big to the point where around like COVID, around like 2020, they allowed they started having stocks. So you have a few dollars on your Cash App, you could use those few dollars to invest in stocks. And that was one of the few at the time. I don't know about now. At the time, that's one of the few apps that allowed you to do partial to own partial shares of a stock. So if a stock was $10 and all you had was $2 to put down on it, they'll let you own, was that 2/10 that stock. You know what I'm saying? That to my understanding, that was the very first one that started that. You know what I'm saying? Later on, companies like Webull, and I think Robinhood, what I'm saying, followed suit. But to my understanding, Cash App was one of the first, if not the first, investment money transfer services that allowed you to own partial shares of a stock. Other investment apps is either you gotta have the whole bread or it's a no go. And not only that, Cash App, if I think around 2020 also gave you the privilege to invest into crypto. You know what I'm saying? What the only crypto they had at the time was uh the main one, Bitcoin. I'm sorry. Just had a little brain fart right there. You know what I'm saying? They had that. So it allowed you to transfer money. That's one. Two, it eventually allowed you to put money in stocks and even own partial shares of a stock in case you didn't have the whole bread. Because somebody you may want to invest in a stock and the stock is like $200 and all you may have is 20. You know, drop to 20. You know what I'm saying? Cash App was one of the few that let you put 20 down and you own a 10% of the stock. That number three, they allowed you to own. They allowed you to invest in Bitcoin, and then now, recently, number four, they allowed you to own. No, no, they give you Cash App now gave you like a routing number and an account number, so you could actually, if you want, you could actually use your Cash App account as an actual bank account. So you have a job, you just put it in the system or put on a paper and give it to HR. This is where you do direct deposit at. You know what I'm saying? And he goes forward enough. Number five, they even went as far as that now you can actually, now you can actually um, go to, now you can actually like use your Cash App W-2 to file or no, no, no. No, they could you could have it where you could have your your tax refund when you file your taxes get deposited directly onto your Cash App card or your Cash App account. You know what I'm saying? So listen, Cash App was really, it was making leaps and bounds. It was really making, dare I say, even power moves. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm gonna save my whole commentary towards the end. So enough about that. Let's continue. The World Health Organization confirmed on NBC News on Wednesday that Lead offered his support and expertise during the pandemic, saying in a statement that Bob built a large part of the server for the World Health Organization COVID-19 app. Wow. See, didn't know that. Didn't know that. Now, see, as you can see, this was a very intelligent man that was really making moves. Lee, who was an investor, who Lee also was an investor in Elon Musk's SpaceX venture, as well as other tech firms such as the social audio app Clubhouse. According to his LinkedIn profile, he used the handle Crazy Bob for his LinkedIn and Twitter pages. Scott, the police chief, offered his condolences Wednesday night to Lee's family and friends. There's no place for this kind of violent crime against anyone in our city, Scott said in a statement. I want to assure everyone that our investigations are working tirelessly to make an arrest and bring justice to Mr. Lee and his loved ones, just as we try to do on every homicide that occurs in our city. All right. The fatal stabbing could intensify scrutiny of public safety issues in San Francisco, where residents and business owners have grown increasingly concerned about violent crimes and thefts. Mayor London Breed had pledged to crack down on crime. Good luck on that. San Fran has 12 homicides since the beginning of the year, according to the data compiled by the police department. In the same period last year, it had 10 homicides. Lee's family, friends, and colleagues paid tribute to him. Krista Lee called her former husband the most incredible and beautiful human being and said that he was everyone's best friend. They had two children, Damien, 17, and Scout, 14. Damien Lee said his father was a down to earth person who always listened. He was such a special person in the world. I'm so sad he left us so early, Damien Lee said in a statement. In a statement shared by her mother, Scout Lee said that she was devastated that someone would be so cruel to take my father's life. He was the best man and even a better father. If you ask anyone who knew him, they say that he was the best and he will always have some amazing story to share about their experience with him. I'll forever miss my dad and be shattered by his death because he was not only my father but one of my best friends. She later said in a statement. And see, that's messed up, man. Two kids gotta go on without their father because of some strange reason. I'll forever miss my. I read that part. The former MMA fighter Jake Shields remember him as a loyal friend. In response to one of Shields' tweets, Musk said he was very sorry to learn of Lee's death. Dorsey, the former CEO of Twitter, calls Lee's death heartbreaking on the social media platform Nostra. I guess never heard of that, and that might be a new up and coming platform. Bob was instrumental to Square and Cash App, Dorsey wrote. Joshua Block, a friend who worked with Lee at Google in the late 2000s, remember him as a magnetic person who always had a huge smile on his face and constantly lived life to the fullest. In a phone interview Wednesday, Block recalled that Lee was tech autodidact who could seemingly do anything he wanted, adding, I don't think he realized how special he was. And I believe that. I believe that man was really an autodidact and really taught himself a lot of things and figured out a lot of things which in turn caused what made Cash App as big as it is today. You understand what I'm saying? And also to help Jack Dorsey with Square, which is now Block, which is another kind of like money transferring services. You know what I'm saying? So I really do agree that he was really a autodidact. He was a very intelligent man. People always said nice things about the dead, Block said. Well, in this case, I would say the exact same things if he was still alive. He was remarkable. And that's it. That's the article. Just want to say that, listen, man, honestly speaking, me personally, I think this shit, he probably has some big enemies, which in turn that, we probably won't learn about until maybe way down the line. And I'm gonna say right now, honestly speaking, whoever, you know, if they quote unquote catch his killer, it'll probably be some damn patsy, man. It probably won't be the actual person who did it, or the person. That's just my opinion. All right, so now let me read the second article. I'm just read the second article for you, which is really going to go into my opinions. This is from TMZ, the gossiping column. Cash App founder Cash App founder's murder last moment reportedly caught on video. Call 911, scream for help. And this was April 6th. So that was that last, I guess, Wednesday. 12:03 p.m. Pacific time. Bob Lee's murder was tragic and enraging. So says San Francisco supervisor Joel Engardio, who also tells us the fear of crime in the city is real, even if the murder stats are down. Joel joined us on TMZ Live Thursday, and he said he's been hearing serious concerns from the people in the Sunset District. He points out that while the numbers of murders have decreased, that doesn't mean crime's gone down too. He lists off the numerous things people in the city are facing in terms of crime. He then tells us that his thoughts about a new ruling regarding homeless encampments in San Francisco. Here we go. Now, this is about to be, this is what they blaming it on. They're blaming it on, the homeless people, the homeless, encampments that allegedly that, Bob Lee must have had a run in with one of them and he ended up and took his life. Which to me, that's bullshit. But let's continue. Cash App founders bound Lee's final moments are reportedly caught on video before he collapsed from stab wounds on a California street. Surveillance photo reviewed by the San Francisco Standard showed Lee tending to his injuries with one hand while holding his mobile phone in another hand as he staggered down a desolate street city early Tuesday morning. A trail of blood was left in his wake. Also, the video also depicted Lee approaching a Toyota Camry with his hazard lights on and raising his shirt to reveal a stab wound to the driver. As Lee asked for help, the motorist sped away. Damn. Moments later, Lee collapsed. Lee fell to the ground, but he got back up and walked further down the road before collapsing again. Using his cell phone, Lee called 911 and screamed, "Help! Someone stabbed me." By the time San Francisco police arrived, Lee was already unconscious and later died at a local hospital. Police said Lee was stabbed twice in the chest by an unknown assailant who fled the scene. A motive had not been disclosed. Heavy hitters in the tech industry were outraged by the murder. Twitter CEO Elon Musk tweeted at uh, SFDA Brooke Jenkins, asking if she was doing enough to keep repeat violent offenders behind bars. Again, they blame the city, they blame the homeless people, the homeless encampments and stuff like that. Me, honestly speaking, I don't think it's any of the above. And this is Elon Musk tweet. You know what I'm saying? And this name to be funny, Harry Balls. Very sorry to hear that. Many people have been severely assaulted. Violent crime in San Francisco is horrific, and even the attackers are caught, they are often released immediately. As the city taking stronger actions to incarcerate repeat violent offenders at Brooks Jenkins FSF. Block Inc. co-founder Jack Dorsey, whose company owns Cash App, said said he was heartbroken over Lee's death. Mobile Coin CEO Josh Goddard characterized Lee as a force of nature in the tech industry. Lee was the creator of Cash App, a payment service in which users can transfer funds to each other using their mobile phones. Before his death, he was the chief product officer of MobileCoin, a cryptocurrency startup. So yeah, he was helping Josh Goddard with MobileCoin, which that if that would have took off, that would have probably launched crypto into the stratosphere. And if anything, I think that was one of the numerous reasons why that man was deleted. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You don't have to agree. I honestly believe that was one of many reasons why that man lost his life. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's because of, you know, matter of fact, let me just say this. Let me stop sharing. First and foremost, I'm going to say it like this. I honestly don't believe that his murder was a crime of opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Some thug or some hood booger in San Fran just saw a white guy and started to go up and you know, and stab him too. Nah, I don't believe that's what happened. And also, why I don't believe I don't believe that you know someone from the homeless encampment. He came across some bugged out person that was homeless that had a weapon on them, and just I don't believe that was it either. You know what I'm saying? I honestly believe that his death was a hit. I believe that he probably was getting too big, probably getting too big for his britches, or he was probably doing certain things that you know. Listen, listen. I honestly believe that he doesn't. I honestly believe that he was probably gonna make power moves, and you know that he would have messed with the powers that be. We would have messed with their system, and that in turns would have would have fucked up what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Which I honestly believe, it must have been a government organization, or at least somebody within one of the three, one of the companies he might have worked in. Maybe Square, maybe Jack. Listen, who knows? But I'm gonna say all that to say this: whoever they catch is probably not the real killer, or for this, it's probably a patsy or the fall guy. You know what I'm saying? Even if they catch the quote unquote killer, they probably not gonna catch the person who put them up to it. And I'm just saying like that. Because it's like again, dude was too, what I'm saying? Listen, he was too he was too much of a polymath, you know what I'm saying? He was too much of an autodidact, you know what I'm saying, was making power moves. Again, he single-handedly I know he had a team behind him, but he was the one that created the founder of Cash App, which in turn, changed the money exchange game forever. He was the one that really made the money transfer services all through your phone. He changed the game with that. And after that came other joints like Chime and like other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, he changed the game because eventually Cash App made it where you could now, if you had like any a few dollars left over your Cash App account, guess what? Here's some stocks you can invest. And guess what? Even better, you don't even have to have. the whole amount of how much the stock is worth. So if the stock was worth $10 and all you had was a dollar, guess what? You could put a dollar down. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. He the one that made it possible for that. If a stock worth $200 and all you had was $20, you still could throw that $20, into that stock and allow you to own partial shares. To my understanding, Cash App was the one of the first, if not the first, to do that. You understand what I'm saying? And then after that, they made it where you can now, guess what? You now can invest in Bitcoin if you want. You got a few dollars laying around. Hey, don't spend it. You can just invest in Bitcoin. And then after that, they gave you a checking and a routing number. So guess what? You can use your Cash App account for an actual bank account. Wow, how convenient. So now if you work a job, work a 9 to 5, you could write the numbers down, give it to HR, or put it on, fill it out online. If your job got a website where you could have it where when you get paid, it'll be digitally transferred to Cash App. And last but not least, not only that, guess what? Now you can file your taxes. You could put to get your tax refund back on your Cash App. You know what I'm saying? It could right back on your Cash App card. Wow, check that out. And then Cash App got other perks like what I'm saying, specials where if you use your card to spend money here or spend money there, you get like a certain discount or certain kickback and stuff like that. Listen, they were changing the game and doing a lot of stuff that a lot of these regular schmegular banks was not doing. You know what I'm saying? Cash App was way ahead of the game, leaving a lot of these bank accounts in the dust. And as you can see, he was working with the gentleman on was that mobile coin to get in the cryptocurrency game. Because that was the next goal, to eventually move away from the dollar and get into crypto, the digital dollar. So again, that's my take on it. You know what I'm saying? His death was no accident. It was no crime of opportunity. It was a hit. Come on, he already moved out of San Fran and living in Florida. He just happened to go back to his old city, and that's when he got deleted. If anything, he probably went over there to meet somebody at a certain time and end up and got deleted. I say it once, I say it again. Whoever they catch is probably not going to be the real, probably not going to be the real killer. You know what I'm saying? Now, right before I end it, I'm gonna just show you guys a teaser of my next video. Sorry, give me a minute. Ta-da! Hmm? Let me. Sorry. Let me. I'm trying to have it where I'm not, showing the sister name, but hey, it is what it is. But now we got this. The U.S. Federal Reserve banking system is launching its own cash app called Fed Now in July. That's 3 months from now, April, May, June, July. This is a movement towards getting rid of physical money and having digital currency. Now, again, this article pops up just days after you know the gentleman from Cash App gets deleted. Coincidence? Me personally, I think not. But yeah, man, that's just it. Mm? Just mere days after Bob Lee loses his life, tragically, the U.S. announced, U.S. announced their own version of Cash App to get rid of the physical money and having digital currency. And I'm gonna tell you like this: that Fed now shit is gonna be very, very, very dangerous. And if you watch the next stream, I'll show you why. So this your brother Shamala Kasad signing off, saying shalom.